I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Peddling Fiction Podcast. I'm your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita, and back with me after his little vacation in Hillbilly Land is the one and only Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. What's happening?
We were really in Hillbilly Land because we went to Eastern Kentucky to Red River Gorge, so we were up in the hills for real. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So for us city slickers, what the hell is Red River Gorge?
It's a place up in the mountains in the Smokies in Eastern Kentucky. There's a lot of really cool trails and hiking stuff. There's so the gorge, they have these big like tunnels that go into the mountain, and you can do kayaking tours underground. There's zip lines, and there's a big like natural bridge, like a walking bridge that's etched into the mountains, and there's a whole bunch of just really pretty scenery. We spent most of the time hiking, and Katie and my brother and I all went and did the zip lines, and that was a blast. There's one that's like 2,000 feet and just out over the top of the trees, and so you just jump off of a platform and take off flying across the treetops. It's really, really neat. We had a blast.
Yeah, ziplining is pretty fun. Did that long time ago here in the mountains. Back, I think the first time I came here back in like 2008. But it wasn't nearly that. I mean, this is like a Mexican version of it, so picture that, but divide it by like, yeah, maybe a tenth of that. But you avoided the Mexican manicure. Getting your fucking fingers chopped off because you put them in front of the pulley when you're going. I remember them joking about that.
That's one of the things that they tell you. They're like, do not put your hands on the cables or anything. Like, don't touch any of that. Yeah, and it was really cool because they like you're up in the trees on these platforms and stuff. So some of them are through the woods, and then you climb up and you go over the top of the treetops. And so some of them you're going like through the trees, and all of it you've got a big harness on, and you're like hooked in. And when we were kids, my brother and I used to do a wilderness camp where you did they called it the high ropes course, where you climb up a tree and then you hook yourself in, and you have all of these like rope bridges and stuff that you move around from tree to tree up, and you have to stay buckled in or you'll fall and break your neck. And so there were a lot of similarities to some of that stuff. So me and my brother are moving ourselves around, and the guys were like, "Oh, y'all kind of know what you're doing." I'm like, "A little bit. We've done stuff like this." It was fun. A lot of it made me feel like a kid again, and then at night get back to the cabin and my knees and ankles hurt so bad that I remember I'm not.
Yeah, you need like a 12-hour leg massage after something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get a little exhausted just hearing about all the hiking and shit that you guys were doing.
We did
It's
one.
ambitious.
We did one that was a 2.5 mile round trip, and it was a really easy hike, and it was really pretty out through the woods, and like you're crossing streams and doing just a little bit of climbing and going up to a waterfall type, which it's not like a waterfall, but there's a big rock that overhangs, and then the water kind of drips down over the edge into this little basin. It was really, really neat. Very pretty.
Right on. Well, while you were off tripping the life fantastic, you missed quite a bit of shit. I don't even know where to start. I sent you like 3 more things as the intro was going because I almost forgot about it. This stuff just piles on like every couple of days, and I keep forgetting about it.
Yes, I think maybe a good starting spot, because the trial was going on last week, and it all finished up. I guess it finished up on either Thursday or Friday. The Shiloh Hendricks case, where she was charged with 2 counts of
disturbing the peace, I think, or something.
Yeah, something like that. But the big argument against her was that she called this little kid the N-word.
No word.
And then the charge for disturbing the peace directly at a minor was the one that they found her not guilty on. So if you find her not guilty on that one, how do you find her guilty on the other one? And the whole thing is bullshit anyway. They're going to trial over a fucking misdemeanor that she was, like, everything about the video, she was being harassed and provoked all the way up to the point of, and like she had even gotten, like, the reason this whole engagement happened to begin with is because these people were trying to steal stuff from her. Like, and then it turns out that the dude that she called the N-word had a criminal history. It's like, why does any of this go to trial at all? Because she said a no word? Like, fuck you. That's
it. I mean, it is cartoonish. You say he had a criminal dude. He is a pedophile, and him and his brother, or like his friend, is his brother, his friend, 2 of these guys, Somalis, raped a fucking little girl. Like, I don't even think it's in dispute. Like, they had her fucking clothes and shit in their car or their apartment. They found something, like some items of hers, I forget the exact details of it, was in his car, I think. In a van, maybe. I don't know. I might be conflating 2 different Somali rapists, but like it's hard to keep all these fucking Somalis straight. But they were supposed to go to trial, and then the DA just dropped the charges, and I kept seeing in quotes, "in the interest of justice," was like their explanation for why they weren't going to prosecute these guys, when it was clearly them. And it didn't even seem like anybody was disputing this. They just didn't, in the interest of justice, in the interest of protecting the narrative that these Somalis are not fucking a scourge on the fucking planet, we're not going to prosecute them.
right. It's like we can't deport Haitians back to Haiti because we can't deport the violent criminal Haitians back to Haiti because there are violent criminals in Haiti. Like, yeah, they send them back to their own people.
Yeah. Can you pull up the thing that I sent you on this? Because I think he might actually have the details that I'm getting foggy on. But so, yeah, this pedophile rapist is like wandering around a park with his phone on, apparently. Or maybe he saw this developing where a little shit kid is going through this woman's purse and steals like some applesauce or something. Okay, so she gets into it with the little kid, and then this guy turns on his camera and provokes her into saying the no word that nobody's allowed to say. Dude, the fact that we have a no word in society is just so fucking ridiculous. I can't get over how stupid this is. And it just gives people of color carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want. Remember the was it in Portland? The guy fucking stabbed somebody and then he called them. Then he drops an N-bomb and he gets in trouble for dropping the N-bomb after he is stabbed. Or they dropped the charges in that case or something because he used a bad word that we don't like. A word. I can't. This is like one of the most cartoonish versions of it because she's actually being prosecuted because she said a word. This didn't disturb the peace at all. These motherfuckers disturb the peace constantly.
And say if her defense is halfway worth a fuck, they will appeal this and absolutely destroy this in appeals. But
yeah, the fact that it even has to be appealed is ridiculous.
Right. So this is a picture of the guy that she
just the Good Samaritan.
Yeah, the guy that she called the no word. Shamak Omar is the Somali man who filmed Shiloh Hendricks on the playground in Minnesota the day in April 2025. In January of 2022, he and another Somali man allegedly spent 2 days raping an underage foster care runaway in a trailer, keeping her falsely imprisoned. In March of 2025, all charges were dismissed in the interest of justice. So
yeah, that's why I couldn't remember if it was a car or his house. It was both. It was a fucking trailer. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we're dropping these charges against actual rapists and pedophiles and fucking murderers and refusing to prosecute them and gaslighting people here and in the UK over all of these fucking Somalis and migrants over there. They got a lot of fucking Arabs. And this is who we go after with just fucking both barrels cocked, locked, and ready to rock. Or also, I didn't send you anything. The Tate brothers have been arrested again, and they're trying to extradite them back to the UK because they child sex trafficked or something somehow on using cam girls. I don't even exactly know how they're trying to get these charges against them, but like that's who they're going after. They're going after the Tate brothers instead of the 250,000 chicks that were raped by migrants in the UK. And this, we're going to prosecute a lady for saying a word that this guy asked her to say.
Yeah, he demanded her to say it. And also
she obliged. Yeah.
She right, like you said to say it, so here we are. She got charged with disorderly conduct.
That's what
and in April of 2020, the guy filming this exchange, he along with another Somali friend of his, committed a violent assault in the street. He threw a rock at a car and then attacked and beat the 16-year-old driver. A bystander tried to intervene, and his accomplice threatened the bystander with a knife. For that, he was charged with disorderly conduct.
And how did those charges go?
I think they were dismissed. Deport every last motherfucking one of them. Legally, illegally, I don't care how they're here. Round them all up, put them on a fucking boat, push the thing off into the ocean, and make sure that it doesn't come back this direction.
And maybe alert CENTCOM that there's drug smugglers in the area.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, deporting them is becoming like I don't even know, man. Like the least radical position.
Yes, deportation is the moderate position.
Because, dude, this is it's getting infuriating. And of course, we all just close your eyes and picture the judge in this case. And there you go. Yes. Middle-aged white woman, guaranteed. There's another case I didn't send you, but I'll talk about that in a second. Hopefully I don't forget. But this is, I mean, she got disorderly conduct. Okay. Yeah. She was being fucking harassed. Well, first she was being robbed. And then she was being harassed. And she's the one that gets charged because she said bad words. It's fucking ridiculous. And she got like 200 hours of community service and a huge fine, which should be appealed. And those guys for, throwing a rock and threatening somebody, pulling a knife on somebody, also disorderly conduct. Yeah, oh, there she is. Yeah, shocking. A fat ass fucking middle-aged white chick. Peel me off the floor. Oh, dude, it is fucking infuriating that disorderly conduct. Yeah, okay. And those guys got, if they got any charges, it was probably the same amount of community service that she got. But they pulled a knife on somebody and threw a rock. And she said a no word. A no word. How is that even a thing, dude? How is it even a fucking thing that we have a word that you're not allowed to say? And by not allowed, like, okay, like you're going to be prosecuted for saying a word? How is that even possible? How does that get to the point of a courtroom?
And I mean, you see it in the UK all the time with the way they've been going after people for social media posts and stuff. It's like this case, when coming on the heels of the UK actively arresting and prosecuting people for social media posts, this Shiloh Hendricks case is exactly why the First Amendment was the first, because the government at the time of the founding of the country would come after people for saying things that they didn't like. Like, the reason the first is for this exact situation.
Right. And furthermore, the only reason she was being charged and prosecuted is because of her skin color. Because she was white. If she was Mexican, if she was brown, black, they can say it. They can say that word. She can't because she's white. So what the fuck is that? What the fuck? Like, we have certain words that some people can't say and they'll be prosecuted for it?
Right. I want to just go around and film, and anytime a black word or a black person says that word, they're like, oh, that's like
apparently disorderly conduct.
Yeah, that's disorderly conduct. They should be arrested. Every single rapper on the planet should be arrested right now. All of them should be fined and given community. So they should probably all be fined.
Somebody please, some lawyer, please explain to me how it's disorderly conduct when I say it, but not when that guy says it because of our skin color. How's that going to work? It's fucking unbelievable, man. In fact, we have a word, a no word. And these fucking pussies that get so upset when you say it. Oh my God.
Words are violence, Johnny. You can't have violent words out there.
What are we going to do with these judges? Because it has gone into like just unbelievably bad territory now. There's so many of them. There was another case that I didn't send you. What's her name? Tessa Majors. Did you hear about this one?
Mm-mm.
She was basically kidnapped and tied up and tortured by 3 black people. One was like a 13-year-old kid, and then the other 2 were older. And they tied her up and tortured her, and she escaped twice, and then they kept catching her and bringing her back. And then at one point, one of them held her down, and the other one stabbed her, and she died. They had 2 different trials, I guess, because one was a minor, the 13-year-old, who got I forget what the chart. Hang on, let me pull it up. Forget exactly. Wait till you hear. So kidnapping and murder, torturing and murdering somebody. Just in your mind, come up with what you think would be a fair punishment for that, and then I will get you what was actually doled out. If I can find it here.
I got it. 14 years for one of them, the one who stabbed her, 9 years for the one who held her down while the other one stabbed her, and then the 13-year-old participant got 18 months in juvie. That's it. 18 months in juvie.
18 months in juvie.
Wouldn't want to ruin his life, you know. It's still got his whole life ahead of him, Johnny. He's
plenty more fucking stabbings,
right,
kidnappings, murders.
After 18 months, he'll go back to school and become a doctor or a lawyer or
maybe the second man on the moon, or third man on the moon. Yeah, or first. Take a guess at what the judge. So the judge for the 13-year-old, some Jewish broad, Goldstein, something or other, woman. Judge for the two others, a fucking twink, a gay Jewish guy, Rosenstein, something. So you got a broad and a twink. They both happen to be Jewish. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, but they both were. Goldstein and Rothstein or something. But the main takeaway here is women's and fags are ruining the fucking planet, along with Somalis, in conjunction with Somalis and fucking migrants. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's right in front of your fucking face. Every single day there's one of these cases. Every single day. And then they manipulate the arrest record so that it looks like everybody who's committing these crimes is white.
Yeah, every single time. And some people are like, oh, well, they'll put in the notes like it'll be race white, and some of them they're like, oh yeah, well they put in the notes that they're Hispanic or that they're whatever else. It's like, yeah, but they list it as white in the race. Race is the thing that gets recorded on when you're pulling the statistics, right? Yeah. Race is the thing. The way they record race is what actually gets recorded in the crime statistics. The notes don't get recorded in the crime statistics.
Yeah, or there's like two different. It's like race and then like nationality or something. It'll say race white and then nationality is like African.
Yeah,
but nobody's doing it. You know, what are the nationality statistics on rapes and murders? It's like no. What are the race statistics?
Did you see the stat on like mass shootings? And
yeah,
they always talk about like, you know, how many mass shootings are carried out by white people every year as opposed to other races. And then when you look at the full scope of it, the ones that don't get categorized are gang violence, that they only get categorized as gang violence. It's like, I mean, this isn't Prohibition era, you know.
Yeah, I just sent it to you. You can pull up the chart. Yeah, because by their definition, if more than like 3 people are shot, it's mass shooting.
Yes,
they came up with that definition. So okay, we'll go with that definition, but then we need to separate out mass shootings from gang violence. Yeah. So this is 2023 mass shooting deaths by white shooters. You have 41, black shooters. You have 8, Hispanic 8, Asian 18, and then quote unquote gang violence 643. I believe this is what you were referring to. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, and we knew that this was the case for a while. Whenever they were looking at crime statistics a few years ago, they're like, oh yeah, crime is way down. Yeah, because LA, Chicago, New York City all refused, and Baltimore. I think it was Baltimore, LA, New York City, Chicago, and one other major city that is a huge contributor to the violence rates in the country, all just refused to report crime statistics to when they were doing this, when they were doing this research on crime stats. And so then all of the mainstream media were like, oh, but crime is actually down. This was after 2020. This was after 2020 and all of the, you know, summer of love and everything else. They're like, oh yeah, crime is actually down. It's like, yeah, as long as you don't count the 5 most violent cities in the country.
By the way, that said 18 Asian shooters. Are they categorizing fucking Indians as Asians?
Yes.
100% that. Those weren't Japanese people shooting up fucking schools. I'm sorry. Those are some more fucking Mohammeds. Or Jeets. I don't know what the fucking, what's the last name for Indians?
Star Wars names. That's what we call them.
We're just going to call them Asians now so that everybody thinks of fucking Chinese people.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Dude, those motherfuckers. Those motherfuckers. What are we going to do with these judges?
The next crusade should be to reclaim the West from invaders and liberal judges.
Yeah. Dude, it's like, yeah, you can't even just... Every single time. Every single time. It's always the same. It's always repeat offenders that these pussy judges let back out on the fucking streets. And it's mostly liberal women judges, but every once in a while you get some gay dude in there. Or, I mean, dude, liberal men are basically fucking women anyways.
It's funny you say that. I did my episode of my show this morning talking about dating for Gen Z and the highly politicized climate of dating. And like when you look at the statistics between females and males in dating, like there's like no statistics for Gen Z male left leaning like on the dating market. I was like, they're all gay. They're not actually like trying to date. They're just shagging other dudes. They don't get included in all of these statistics.
Yeah. Well, I'm 100% convinced they're the ones that are dragging down the testosterone levels among them.
Absolutely.
I'd love to have a T rating between conservatives and liberals. Yeah, repeal the 19th. I mean, can we please? Dude, if I was a woman, I would be like, repeal the 19th Amendment. If I was looking around and a bunch of fucking people that looked like me were ruining the fucking planet, and there was one amendment that I could repeal to do it, I'd be like, yeah, do it. The fuck does your vote count for anyway?
A buddy asked the question. He said, would you, if you had to pick, would you rather repeal the 19th or the like post Civil War amendments, the ones that, you know, the 14th and 15th? As like, I'd still go with the 19th, like, because at the end of the day, that's the one that's more damning to society. And also, you know, the post Civil War ones that gave, you know, said that voting rights would not be discriminated on race. If you remove the 19th, then that means black women don't get to vote, and most of the black men are non-voting felons anyway. So see, it's like that one's a wash.
I really wish that was feasible. I really wish there was a path to repealing the 19th Amendment.
And
that's
like,
still not going to stop them from being fucking judges.
Every time a democracy fails, the reason it fails is because of expanded voting rights. Like, they just keep allowing more and more people to vote until it gets to a point that, you know, it's an unsustainable system. And
yeah, I mean, I keep seeing all that. Oh, well, this is just voter suppression. Good.
More.
I wish showing ID was actual voter suppression. It's really not going to suppress anything other than just fucking Mexicans voting in our election.
Yeah, anytime somebody's like, "Oh, you just want voter suppression." Yes, absolutely. I've said as much. I think I have written like extensive posts explaining exactly how much suppression I want and why it's necessary.
Has anybody ever produced evidence that more people voting is inherently better? Like, where's the data to back that up? Like you just said, I mean, at a minimum, anecdotally, you can just look at more people voting and collapses of democracies. But I mean, there's just nothing you can point to that shows that. Oh yeah, because we get more people. Justin for Chancellor. Yeah, just because we get more people involved does not mean it's automatically better. In fact, all the evidence points to it just getting exponentially worse.
I accept your nomination.
Yeah. Oh my God. I literally don't want anybody voting, but to the extent that we have it, yeah.
Well, and then the more people that are voting, the more you get people wanting free stuff and thinking, I'll just vote for the person who says I can have free stuff. And then you get, New York City run grocery stores that are gonna sell everything 30% below retail, completely tax funded.
Here's how it will work. Once a month, our 5 city-run grocery stores will set prices for this core set of goods at 30% below typical retail prices. No exceptions, no gimmicks. The savings will last for the entire month. That means no weekly fluctuations nor sticker shock at the checkout line.
Tell me you don't understand how a grocery store operates on a strictly financial basis without telling me you don't understand. Like, it is high volume, low margin, super low margin. Grocery stores, 30% under. Okay, and he said for these core things. So if that means these core things are all 30% under market, then everything else in the store has to be jacked way through the fucking roof in order to recoup the losses from that, which means nobody's going to go to these stores and buy any of the other stuff. They're only going to buy the things that are marked 30% below market, which means you bankrupt these stores in 6 months, if even that.
Dude, it's amazing how fucking confident they are in their retarded ideas. Here's how it's going to work. Every month, it's going to be this. It's going to be that. It's going to be an unmitigated fucking disaster.
When this is the root of the problem. They don't understand how anything actually works.
It sounds like what you're essentially offering these purveyors of grocery services is you cover the property tax, you build out the building, you cover any sort of recurring rent, but they have to bring in the food, discount at a certain amount, high quality of wages. I mean, these are millions of dollars effectively shuffling back and forth. So I'm wondering why not just spend these millions of dollars and give to agencies like the Campaign Against Hunger or City Harvest or, just direct established food programs.
We see in this city an opportunity to take an all of the above approach. We are going to continue to work with incredible partners like the ones that we're here with today, as well as ensure that food pantries across the 5 boroughs can flourish. And what we have seen is that far too often when it comes to city government's approach to delivering on affordability for groceries, there's always been the question of intermediaries, whatever it may be. And we are excited to deliver directly to New Yorkers that lower cost of essential goods.
And not delivering a lower cost. Where do people think these goods are going to come from? The government doesn't produce anything. So,
and so the government the New York City is going to require these grocery stores to basically foot the bill for everything. They have to provide, like, the New York City is not sending them the groceries that they're going to be selling at a 30% below market. They still have to source that themselves, and then they are required to sell it. So, at
a loss, and then the taxpayer, and then the government just gives them money or a tax credit or something, and the taxpayers pick up the fucking tab, which will be millions of dollars for each store. Millions. They're going to lose tens of millions of dollars doing this. Easily.
Quickly. Yeah.
Yes. And I can't wait for the Hasidic Enclave. I mean, why wouldn't anybody just go in there and buy everything that they have? Are they going to put a limit to how many cartons of milk you can buy or something?
Right. The bread lines are coming in New York because they're not going to be able to stock enough of this stuff. I mean, remember the way
these last all month, except they're only going to have 2 days.
Remember the way these people acted during COVID whenever there were shortages of stuff? Like, that's what you're going to have. They're going to just buy up everything all the time. I mean, look at are these stores going to accept SNAP and EBT and all of that?
Of course
stuff
they
too?
are. Of
So-
course.
So they're just going to, I mean, there will
Why
be.
would you not? Yeah,
there will
just
be
go buy
massive-
everything at a 30% discount and then stand right outside some other grocery store and be like, hey, here,
Yeah.
this is only, I'll sell it for you 10% less. Clear out those shelves and sell it at a 10% discount to the other grocery stores that aren't involved. I mean, this is going to be go ahead, do it. But they're going to try to obfuscate how this is being paid for and the cost of all this stuff. I don't know if they'll be able to hide it. It's just going to be an unmitigated disaster. Unmitigated. But then somehow it'll be capitalism's fault, I guess, when this program inevitably fails. Or it'll just be, oh, well, you guys are just greedy.
And it's not like this hasn't been tried before. I mean, we've talked about it before, and there is a prime example, and that also gets us a lead in.
Yes, shithole Chicago.
Shithole Chicago, where the wind is cold and the people are low. Broken down buildings, ain't no place to go. But the music keeps playing in shithole Chicago.
Ah, yes. In 2023, Chicago gave black-owned firm Yellow Banana $26.5 million in grants and tax credits to keep 6 Save-A-Lot stores in black neighborhoods open for a minimum of 10 years. 3 years later, Yellow Banana is deeply in debt, being sued by vendors, and all 6 stores are closing.
So
who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, that went well. That was good. Every time, again, they were investing, right? The government was investing in grocery stores on your behalf. How'd they do? How'd they do? For about $4 million per store, and it's gone, and they're gone. And now it's a food desert, and it's all because of like racist capitalists or something. And by the way, what's to stop them from why only certain items? Why 30%? Why not make it a 90% markdown? Why charge anything at all? And why not do every single item? Why is it only these staples? And why is it only food? How about housing?
They're trying to avoid going full on breadline. Like this is, they're trying.
Got to ease into it.
It's everything about how socialism is just like, communism light. It's like we're working our way towards that. We can't just throw the bread lines at you right out of the gate. We got to
break it first. Yeah.
Right.
We got to completely break. It's like Obamacare. We have to completely fuck up the system, the healthcare system, and then you'll just be so frustrated. And then we can say, oh, well, it wasn't working under capitalism. We tried a middle ground, and clearly we have to just go full single payer. Yeah.
Yeah, Chicago and their food deserts.
This will become a food desert. Finding grocery stores in this neighborhood is already as hard as it is.
Every day, you'll find these dental assistants shopping at Save-A-Lot near 79th and Halstead on their lunch break.
You have to think about those that are on fixed income, like the elderly people. It's affordable for them. It's close. It's accessible. So I really think it would be really detrimental to shut this store down within this community.
The store is in Alderman David Moore's ward.
What I hope happens next is that Yellow Banana finds another supplier that they can work with. That's what I'm hoping.
The city tells us Yellow Banana, Save-A-Lot, the city, and other financial partners are discussing opportunities to keep the stores open with potential investors or new suppliers. There were ribbon cuttings and grand reopenings after the city gave Yellow Banana $13.5 million to help refurbish 6 of the 7 stores, which are supposed to stay open through 2035. If they close, they must reopen as grocery stores within a year. The city's also looking at ways to recoup taxpayer funding if necessary.
I'm going to continue to.
It's just everything's just going so well. Going so well. Who could have seen these fucking retarded ideas failing? And well, have they tried allowing people to steal up to $1,000 without a felony charge?
I mean, they're about to really hit food desert because 4 Chicago Walmarts are closing because
I can't imagine why.
Because of economic strife.
Yeah, let's see the video. Here's another astronaut just loading up a cart with an obscene amount of clothes. The clothes are piled 2.5, 3 feet above the cart.
Johnny, he needs all these. He needs all these blue jeans and hoodies so he has clothes to wear to work.
That's right. He's just clearing entire racks of clothes and throwing them into a cart, and he's just going to walk out the door. And we're just going to let him have it. Let it go because, you know, there was slavery 250 years ago.
It's racist to prosecute people for theft. Crazy that they say that you can't prosecute criminals because it's racist. Like what? Wait. I thought white people committed most of the crimes though. So how is it?
Yeah. I don't know. It's almost like there's no logic behind any of this or operating principles behind socialism. It's like, yeah, what's your guiding principle between behind the 30% discount on special grocery items, consumer staples? There is none. It's just the number that he just picked it out. Like fucking Fauci picked out 6 feet social distancing, and the Federal Reserve picked out 2% inflation. It's like we're just pulling shit out of our ass and we're gonna roll with it. But it's gospel.
Speaking of Fauci, what's going on with all of that exactly? Because I've seen a bunch of posts about Fauci, but we were out of town, and so I didn't take a lot of time to dig into it. I know you and I have both spent plenty of time going through all of the things that he was wrong about, all of the pretty horrendous things that he was a part of when he was in his position for so many years.
When he was the Dr. Science. Truth Science. Yeah. So it turns out Fauci is even gayer than we thought because he kept a journal. He's been writing in a journal this whole time. And he's scheduled to testify again tomorrow. So Rand Paul's going to get another crack at him post pardon. So now any new lies that he says tomorrow can be, are actionable. But I sent you some of the things from his journal, and dude, he is just such a narcissistic fuckstick. It's unbelievable what he was writing. Like almost none of the stuff that he was writing about is like concerning COVID or the number of deaths or anything like that, unless he's talking about how he thinks that it's only going to be about as bad as the flu. That was one of the things that was in the journal. He's like, oh yeah, the death rate's going to be like pretty much like the flu. And then he goes on TV and says it's going to be like 30 times worse than the flu, and the sky is falling. It's going to be the end of the world. We better shut everything down.
Dear diary, the public adulation of me has been amazing, with every young intern as well as seasoned veteran in the White House coming over to me, congratulating me and thanking me, even asking me for selfies. Dear diary,
these are real. Like, as far as I can tell, these are absolutely real. This is not something from The Onion.
Dear diary, Coach K called me the point guard for the world. Trump,
like, he's just eating this shit up.
More enamored with me.
And of course, like, you have to remember who these fucking people are. These are the pussy losers from high school that used to get stuffed into fucking lockers, and nobody gave a shit about them. They never got an ounce of attention, and now they're being fawned over, and it goes right to his head.
And Julia Roberts is fucking, everybody's sucking this guy's dick. And for the first time in 80 years, he's getting, like, they're treating him like he fucking walks on water. And lo and behold, he's eaten up with fucking both hands. That's the whole diary, is him just talking about how great all the coverage of him is, and how he was able to convince, you know, New York to shut down the schools, or California to shut down the schools. Like, they weren't going to do it, but then they talked to me and I convinced them.
Dear Diary, I must have posed for photographs with over 50 young kids, and then 15 more minutes of selfies at the pizza place, after which the entire outdoor patio at 2 restaurants burst into a prolonged round of applause. It was a memorable experience. Dear Diary, I was somewhat taken aback by the attention that was paid to me by all the celebrities who were there for and are gushing to have their picture taken with me. Garth Brooks' wife, Trisha Yearwood, who was just gushing to meet me. Gosh, I need to just do a whole series of my show reading Anthony Fauci's diary as...
we got to have AI do like a certain voice for it.
Do it in the Dear Diary. Oh. Grok.
Like a fucking 13-year-old girl's voice.
Chat GPT, read Anthony Fauci's diary as if it was out loud, as if it was written by a Southern gay man.
There you go. Yeah. Lindsey Graham.
Diary.
Just Lindsey Graham would have sufficed.
R.I.P.
Dude, it is the best part about this is, well, first of all, that Rand Paul gets another crack at him tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I don't know what he better be really careful with what he says, because he lied his fucking ass off. Everything that is in this diary, other than like him just fawning all over himself for being so loved. But there's a bunch of things that he was like blatantly lying about. He would write one thing in his journal, and then he would go on TV and say the exact opposite. And he's going to have to be very careful about what he says tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if he just pleads the fifth or something. Or he's going to forget. I don't recall. He's not going to recall a lot tomorrow, even though he's got the journal. Oh, well, let me refresh your memory, Fauci. And you might be wondering why he would write a journal like that. Besides the fact that he's a fag, probably because he was going to write a book or something.
I'm sure
he wanted to keep these moments fresh for his $1 million book deal that comes out. Yeah, he did torture dogs. But dude, and then all the COVID stuff is just coming like flooding back. I sent you the what's his name? Tom Elliott put together this thing of like the media just fawning over him. And it's fucking nauseating to watch this. But we're gonna play
it. Because we love our audience so much, you get to be tortured with this too. We had to see it, so you have to as well.
The single most respected voice in the pandemic. It's Dr. Anthony Fauci.
The man who's become known as America's doctor.
The nation's top infectious disease expert, Anthony Fauci.
You are seen to many as a superhero.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, American hero and New York Yankee fan.
You've done so much for this country in terms of this crisis, so I really appreciate your insight.
Who better to give us answers that we can trust than Dr. Anthony Fauci?
Anybody.
Answer our questions today. Joining us now, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, appreciate your candor.
Dr. Fauci, appreciate the candor.
We appreciate your service to this country.
We appreciate your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Greatly appreciate your service to America.
Thank you for your 37 years of service, I believe, to 7 presidents, and thank you for your work over the past year.
The great news is you're sticking around in the Biden administration. We are so grateful to you, Dr. Fauci, for everything you do.
Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank
you. There's another fucking minute and a half of that. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what service exactly? Lied his ass off, shut down the fucking world, helped shut down the world for years. Yeah. Killed a bunch of dogs. Did a lot of questionable stuff with the whole AIDS thing. I mean, it really is something, dude, to watch how they just fawned over him.
he was the one that pushed the Tamiflu or Theraflu. It was one of those like flu remedy medicines. It's been, I don't know, 20, 25 years ago. There was supposed to be a really bad flu outbreak, and he pushed this. It was either Tamiflu or Theraflu. I want to say Tamiflu. Anyway, he pushed one of these flu medicines that was supposed to, like reduce the symptoms and help people. So the government went out because of his advice and bought up all of these like stockpiles of this flu remedy stuff. And then it turned out none of it worked, not even a little bit. In fact, a lot of the people who took this stuff, their flu symptoms got worse, not better. And then it also turned out that some of the people who were advising him about this stuff had vested interest in the companies that produced the stuff.
No, come on.
And then after it was proven that this stuff not only didn't work, but in a lot of cases made the symptoms worse, he doubled down and they bought more stockpiles of it.
Well, I'm sure it's just a coincidence that they were getting all these fucking kickbacks from things that he was recommending. And the NIH got $750 million of taxpayer money in form of kickbacks for the fucking vaccine shit. And I'm sure he was, he didn't receive anything. Any of that $750 million didn't go to him, went to other people, of course. And yep, it was all on the level. And he never told any lie. Dude, play the one where he's talking to the fucking black chick. This is great. This is why he's really doing a service. Because, those ignorant black folk, they just don't know what's going on. So they got to make house calls and explain it to them in very plain English.
What are we going to do about those other states?
Oh, my God. They're going to keep the outbreak smoldering in the country. It's so crazy. I mean, they're not doing it because they say they don't want to do it. They're Republicans. They don't like to be told what to do.
Right.
And we got to break that, unpack that.
How you guys doing with vaccine?
I haven't gotten it yet. I'm waiting for them to be able to.
Oh, you should get it first. Okay, that way you won't give it to them.
Oh, I thought I would give it to them if I get it.
No, not at all. In fact, we got to get you vaccinated so that if you were to get infected, you could pass it on to them. So you're actually protecting your family by getting it vaccinated.
So that was a fucking lie.
That is on fucking camera. No. You better get vaccinated or you could give it to them.
And then when it
you
turned
get
out
vaccinated,
that
then you
vaccinated
can't.
didn't prevent you from getting it or giving it to them. Then they said, we never said that it would. We never did say
anything
that.
like that. Nothing of the sort. And he never shut down any schools or anything like that. Any
This
businesses?
video-
Nope.
This video will get taken down off of YouTube just for playing that clip, probably.
Probably. YouTube can fucking suck me. Whatever. I've had it with all these motherfuckers. It is ridiculous. Dude, Fauci needs to spend... He doesn't have much life left, unfortunately, in prison. Yeah, prison's too good for him. Prison is too good for a fucking 80-plus-year-old man that could go any day now. There was another part of his journal. I forgot about this. He says he had some sort of heart issue after he got vaccinated. He had like an infarction after he got vaccinated. He's like, I didn't tell anybody. So he might have been vaccine injured himself.
Dr. Anthony Fauci's net worth is around $15 million. Pre-COVID, it was around $7.5 million. And during the pandemic years, his net worth rose to about $12.5 million. So somehow his net worth rose by $5 million during the pandemic. Wow, crazy. That's interesting. It's really interesting.
But he's just a public servant, Justin. Yeah. He's just doing it out of the kindness of his heart because he cares about people, and he's just a servant. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What a hero. What an absolute hero. And all these fucking journalists that claim to have credibility just fawning over him, slobbering all over his knob for years. They didn't question him at all. Like it was like whatever he was just coming down like Moses. Whatever he fucking says. Like we're just gonna take it hook, line, and sinker. We can't question it. We can't question the science. Dr. Truth Science. Whatever he says goes. It would be irresponsible to push back at all. Oh my God. Just absolutely disgusting. And how are they? How CNN, MSNBC, they're covering this story, right?
Totally.
Yeah. I think we have some numbers on it. I think we might have some numbers on the stories about Anthony Fauci.
Yeah, they're covering it a ton. Let's see. CBS has covered it for a grand total of 31 seconds. MSNBC, or MS Now as they're called now, 32 seconds. CBS News has given it 33 seconds. CNN has given it a whopping minute and 51 seconds. And even Fox News, they've really dug in hard on the Fauci files. They've given it a whole 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 12 seconds of coverage.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, all the pussy fucking reporters who are covering for this guy for years are not going to expose the fact that they were dead wrong on everything. Of course. So we're just going to pretend like this is a huge, like there's nothing here. This is a nothing burger. Dr. Fauci is a hero. And if it weren't for him, oh my God, Justin, the millions of people that would have died.
The world would have ended. It would have been the end of humanity as we know it.
But not if you read his diary. If you read his diary, according to him, it was about as lethal as the flu.
Oh, Johnny, you're going to love this. I asked Grok, where did Dr. Fauci's money come from? And the $5 million bump that his net worth took during the COVID era came from unrealized gains in diversified portfolios.
Okay.
I wonder. Pfizer. I wonder what those unrealized gains were from. I mean, I can't blame the dude. There was a company that was supposed to be making a vaccine passport thing whenever that was becoming a thing, and I threw a couple $100 on it. I was like, "Fuck! If they're gonna run with this, I'm gonna at least make money off of it." Thank God.
Yeah, there's a difference between you doing it and him doing it.
Right, because if he had done it, it would have actually. If he had invested in one, it actually would have become a thing. Whereas the one I invested in, vaccine passports never became a thing, and so that company went out of business, and I lost a couple $100.
Not yet.
That was the happiest I've ever been to lose $200 on an investment.
It's a good hedge. Yeah, it's like either make a lot of money, or we don't have vaccine passports. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, but remember, that was just the first of many pandemics to come. So, if they get their way, but for the second one, they're going to be better prepared. They'll have all of those flock cameras in place, and they'll have your cars locked down so you can't fucking drive and you can't go outside without them knowing about it and being able to shut it down. And then you better really listen to the Dr. Fauci's of the world, or else. Come on, you got her. Where's our famous politician? What's this chick's name?
Hang on.
Was that?
Oh, that's a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play that real quick.
Where is it? I'm not finding that one.
It was the one that you sent me.
Oh,
about the flock cameras.
Oh, yes. Oh, fuck. See, I get to moving stuff around and looking. I get to looking up stuff while we're talking about stuff, and then I forget where I put the. There we go. All right, so let's just play the video first.
Mayor calls this an act of violence that was done by an unhinged individual. The vandals struck at 3 separate locations in the Collar City, Automated license plate reading cameras, ALPRs, also referred to as flock cameras, were destroyed sometime overnight at a time when these cameras have stirred up a great deal of controversy in the city.
There's been a nationwide concern about flock cameras. Some people feel like they need to take matters into their own hands when their government is not. It's unfortunate.
Deirdre Shea is with the organization Deflock Troy, a group that has been involved in a concerted effort for there to be reasonable guidelines and oversight for the data collected by the cameras. If these cameras help police solve crimes, if they help them take bad people off the streets, you could argue that that's a good thing.
Absolutely, but there has to be balance, right? And right now that this technology is totally unrestricted and can be used without a warrant, right? Do you want somebody to be following you around town without a warrant? You want there to be probable cause, you want there to be a due process, right? And there aren't any rules around that right now.
In a joint statement from Mayor Carmela Mantello and Police Chief Dan DeWolf, they point out these acts do nothing to improve our community. Enough is enough. Troy deserves better than this, and together we will continue working to preserve and protect the community we all love. Deirdre Shea stresses she condemns the vandalism. It is not our organization's method of activism. Also from the mayor's office, we refuse to allow the acts of a few individuals define our community. This act, they say, will be thoroughly investigated.
Turns out that act is in defiance of the city council. Let me pull it back up and read through it real quick.
I just want to address one thing real quick from that video, sort of related. That they said this was cutting down the flock camera is an act of violence by an unhinged individual. You think they would ever describe one of these Somali rapists as an act of violence by an unhinged individual? No. It's only when you cut down their fucking surveillance cameras. That makes you an unhinged violent individual. Rape all the little girls you want.
Yeah, Muslims raping people is just part of their culture, and we just don't understand it. We need to be more empathetic to their culture, is what it is. And maybe we shouldn't let rape culture... what happened to Me Too, where they were all about, like, fighting against rape culture? It was like...
Well, that was the white rape culture. Yeah. The other non-existent fucking white rape. We live in a rape culture. Yeah.
So...
Okay.
The mayor overrode her city's council's vote to end the flock camera contract by declaring a public emergency. The female mayor Carmela, whatever her last name was that they just talked about, said that cutting down the cameras was an act of violence and is begging the public to help identify who did it. Good luck with that. Troy's city council, the elected...
Just point out all the Somalis. They did it.
There you go. Oh, fight fire with fire. The elected representatives of the people voted to stop the flock contract over privacy concerns. They ordered the funding withheld. So the mayor declared a public emergency to keep the surveillance cameras running anyway. So
should be fucking illegal. We let them pull this emergency shit during COVID. That's just their fucking get out of jail free card.
Yeah, everything's a state of an emergency now. All you have to do is declare something a state of emergency, and
I
you
can do whatever the fuck
do whatever you want.
Now I have carte blanche. It's the N word of governing.
The solution is come into office, somebody who's anti-flock camera, run against her, come into office as day one on the job, declare a state of emergency because of privacy concerns, and then order that every one of the cameras be torn down.
Yeah. I guess you want to go about it the legal way.
Or
until then, keep cutting these fucking things down.
Or there are plenty of videos out there that, they give a lot of good helpful hints on how to go about disabling these cameras and not getting caught in the process.
Yeah. A lot more accessible than those catalytic converters.
Just saying.
Yeah, you don't have to crawl under a car. Climate lockdowns, maybe. They probably did. Fucking Canadians.
That sounds very Canadian.
Yeah. God.
Jay's gonna like this. We got a ton of Halo stuff, but we'll save that for Friday. That's the new Halo stuff is Good Friday fare.
That is Good Friday fare. Yeah, we got some retards, some Halo stuff. Might even have some more Shithole Chicago for Friday.
Whoop, whoop.
Sure we will. Yeah. God damn it, dude. God damn it. These politicians. These fucking politicians. Mom Donnie also doxed a bunch of all the people that are going to get that wealth tax on their property. Their property that was supposed to be over 5 million. Apparently it was only over 1 million now. And he just released everybody's fucking name and address and everything. A lot of people were surprised about that. And when are you going to realize that you can't trust these motherfuckers? You can't trust them with fucking flock cameras. You can't trust them not to raise your taxes anymore. You can't trust them that this money is going to be used for that. There was one about some high-speed rail thing in Texas. We'll save that for Friday as well. I can tease it now. It turns out, it's going to cost twice as much, be half as long, and the property taxes that they, these permanent property tax increases that they bamboozled people to vote for to pay for it. Those aren't going away. Okay, that went well. Yeah, keep going. Just keep prosecuting innocent victims and allowing the rapists and murderers to roam free while you increase taxes on the people that are already paying all the taxes. And ask for some more power, lie your ass off, declare states of emergency to lie your ass off some more. Not holding my breath that anything's going to happen to Fauci, unfortunately, but maybe he'll slip up and lie tomorrow and we can prosecute him. But yeah, so we'll follow that. So we'll have some Fauci updates on Friday and some Halo stuff. More fun, more lighthearted fare for a Friday afternoon, I suppose. And you got anything else going
on? Saturday will be the final fact check this.
Oh shit! What time is that going to be?
7:30 p.m. Central.
Oh, son of a bitch!
We'll go for it's Justin and Jim's final dumb gay shit show, so we'll go for 2 or 3 hours.
God damn it! Yeah, I have a friend of mine's coming in with his family to visit on Saturday.
They can be on too. Everybody will.
Something tells me it's not going to be kid appropriate.
I mean, it's my kid's appropriate, but
yeah, well,
I raised my kids a little different.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can hop on, but I think I gotta be a host. Unfortunately, god damn it. But thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back on Friday to do this all over again. And stay tuned for some Fire portfolio updates. And until then, you know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.